What's up, everybody? Today we got Spear built on the menu. So we have Zoner and Impaler. Mastery tree. Zoner is the ranged tree, it seems like, Impaler being of melee. So let's start with Zoner. We get deadly consistency, plus 10% damage on consecutive heavy attacks against a single target. Deadly reach, 10% crit chance on attacks against targets that are 3+ meters away. Evasive maneuvers, dodging backwards consumes 20% less stamina for 2 seconds after successful hits. Merciless strength, plus 25% damage against knocked down targets. Defensive stance, they gain 45 after successful heavy attacks, increasing damage absorption by 50% for 2 seconds. Only 2 seconds. That's nothing, that's not worth the hassle. Like, this spear is a two-handed weapon once again, and heavy attacks with such weapons are really long animations, so that gives the player enough time to avoid that attack. Invigorating crits, restores 20 stamina on crit hits, this is a good one. Strong conditioning, plus 30% stamina regen while your stamina is below 50%, okay. And refreshing reach, successful heavy attacks raise all spear cooldowns by 50%. You could build this about heavy attacks, but like I say, I don't really like heavy attacks with 200 weapons, as that takes just a tool. It has a long animation. Let's go with our first active skill, Javelin. Throw a spear dealing 125% weapon damage and staggering on hit. Nice, another stagger on skill, only 15-second cooldown. Targets are knocked down on hit. Headshots reduce cooldown by 50%, plus 2.5% damage per meter travel, plus 100% maximum. Okay. Another active skill, Cyclone, spin attack that deals 100% weapon damage, pushes targets back 3 meters and applies 50% slow for 3 seconds. Only 12-second cooldown, restores stamina per hit, very nice. Gain great on Cyclone. So this could be really good for massive PvP for wars, 50 vs 50, or the outpost rush, 20 vs 20. Then we have Sweep. Sweep the target's legs, dealing at 75% weapon damage and knocking them down. Cooldown only 10 seconds for CC, that is super strong. Grit is active, okay. And press basic attack during sweep to follow up with a powerful downward stab that deals 125% weapon damage. I really love this skill. I feel like this is a must, man. And then we have the reserve strength, plus 35% damage while stamina is full. I don't really like this one because you will need stamina a lot, either for blocking or using the dodge roll, because that's where you get the iframe, aka the invincible frame, where you are immune to damage and CC, if you time it perfectly. Right, so let's go with Impaler. Precise jabs, plus 5% crit chance on light attacks. Very nice. Refreshing jabs. All spear cooldowns are reduced by 10% on the second hit of the light attack chain. So you could do a light attack build as well. Interesting. Finishing blows. Plus 15% damage against targets with less than 30% health. Floating jabs. Last hit of the light attack chain applies 30% slow for 3 seconds. Targets below 30% health. If it was 50% health, that would be better. Plus 20% damage against targets with active Grit. Now, Grit is activated when you press a skill. Your character has a little white glow around your silhouette, like a silhouette around your character. So that's what is Grit. Aggressive maneuvers. The first successful hit with an ability within 2 seconds of dodging reduces all spear cooldowns by 20%. Crit hits extend the duration of spear debuffs by 2 seconds. Plus 50% crit chance against targets with bleed. These crit chance passes work very well with Skewer. Rush forward and skewer your target, dealing 125% weapon damage. Applies bleed, 10% weapon damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. Keep in mind, bleed is a debuff on the target, so this is where comes in handy, as well as this. Spear debuffs, that's bleed. When you got 30% damage against targets that have full health, Skewer looks like an opener then. In empowering crit hits, there we go, another skill or mastery for crit hits. Increasing damage by 20% for 10 seconds. Yo, Asia, thank you for your follow, man. Appreciate it. I do. Thank you. And then we have bleed duration increased to 15 seconds. So this means the bleed is possible to keep 24/7 on the target because of these upgrades. Then we have Perforate. 3 quick piercing strikes that each deal 20% weapon damage. And apply Rend, reducing target's damage absorption, which is plus defense on the target by 5% for 10 seconds. It's quite low. It's low cooldown as well though. Rend increased to 10% per strike against target above 50% health. Target staggered if you successfully land all 3 hits, so another CC. But then again, landing all 3 hits in PvP, very unlikely. And then we have exploited weakness, 15% damage per debuff on target. Once again, the bleed from Skeever is a debuff, so this means you can have this damage buff, damage increase 24/7. And then the last active skill is Vault Kick. Use a spear to vault forward and kick your target, dealing 75% weapon damage. Applies a stun for 1.5 seconds, and you can also get the Tone Gem, which is pure PvE thing. Gain Empower after successful hits on target below 50% health, increasing damage by 20% for 5 seconds. Not bad. Cooldowns for other spear abilities are reduced by 30% on successful hit. Super powerful. So we will start with Impaler because I really like this passive. This one is, I would say, pretty much useless, man. I would see this passive really good, work really good with Javelin if you start like an opener with this. But we'll go with Skeever. I think the bleed will be super strong with these passives. We will then go with the Vault Kick, the stun. I think this will allow for more combos or openers, or you could deny the opponent's skills if you know who you're fighting against and know his moves. Then we'll get this crit chance on light attacks. I really like that one. I would then go with the crit chance against bleed targets with bleeds, and then extending the duration. We might not even need it though, to be honest, because we'll have this one 24/7. We can go back later if we have some spare points. This one is useless because targets both 30% health, not that great. Damage against target, great, not great either. Successful hit with an ability. This is just too... You could play around with this and get the timing right, but I don't really feel like this is worth the point, worth the hassle, so to say. Damage against target less than 30% health. I'll take this one. This is a good one. While spear cooldowns raised by 10% on the second hit of the light attack chain. Now the big question is how fast spear is when attacking with light attacks, huh? Let's keep this one in the arsenal. So right here we will go, my bad. Damage on the heavy attacks. Not bad. Yo, Gris, thank you for your follow, man. Appreciate it, my guy. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the stream. I would probably go with this crit chance. I have a feeling that spear, you know, because of this passive alone, it looks like the reach is gonna be quite insane on spear. So if Skeever works with this, we'll go with this. If not, we could change it for this one. But playing with heavy attacks, I don't really probably feel like that's too OP or, you know, that great. You then work. Thank you for your follow as well, my dude. Thank you, sir. I'll get back to you in a second, boys, after I'm done with this build, alright? And then a third active skill, we'll definitely go with Sweep. Sweep, I feel like this is the gem of the spear. The CC and the damage from the basic attack right here, with only 10 seconds cooldown. And if we get this one from the stun kick, cooldowns by 30% reduced, super strong. 7 second skill right here, 7 second CC. I think no other weapon has this kind of CC. Maybe Warhammer, but maybe not even that. They're left with 5 or more mastery points. I would go definitely with this because this build will be about crits, because we have like 4 passives for crits, and we have this one that gives crits on light attacks. And then we could go with this again, heavy attack. Well, we could throw a little heavy attack. Keep in mind, you don't need to do fully charged heavy attack to proc these passives. You can do a semi-heavy attack, which doesn't require that much animation. Such a long animation, that is. So we could throw a little heavy attack here and there just for this passive. I feel like that could be really strong. That's another cooldown reduction for this skill, for the CC. Probably rotate the CCs with Sweep and then Vault Kick, man. This one has only 15-second cooldown, and with these passives on cooldown reductions, and just bleed here, it also does some nice damage. I really love this, man. Really love this. Right. So now we could probably go with this, the debuff. Why not, just to make sure. With crates once again, another passive for crates. I have 2 more points. So let's go with these. Another spear cooldown on light attacks. You could throw those in for sure. And then the last one could probably go... Let's go with this one. First successful hit with an ability, which is Keeper, or Kick, or the Sweep. Sweep. That's a small cooldown, so could go with that. Within 2 seconds, this is enough time, I would say, to press an ability and land one as well. Of dodging, and you will be probably dodging a lot with the roll dodge, as that gives you an iframe, where you're immune to damage and CC. So yeah, by 20% even, that's a lot. We have a lot of cooldowns and passes for, a lot of passes for cooldown reduction, which is super strong, I feel like, in this build. So you could CC on cooldown basically non-stop with Sweep and Wall Kick. Oh, my bad. I missed this passive. My bad. Let's take 1 point away then. And we would probably... Let's take away this one. Hey, it's like 15%. I feel like this one is a bit stronger. This one right here. It bugged out. Of course it bugged out. Never mind. Let's click it real quick. We have this one. So these 3 points right here, 2 points. Which ones did we get? This one, and one last one will be this right here. Okay. Yeah. So this is the build for the spear 1v1 open world dueling. Have fun and enjoy, guys. Let me know if you guys need more builds for PvE, for example. I'm more than happy to help you with that.